Hey, what's going on? So this video is a timeline of my last 2 years. So yeah, like weight loss, um, relationships, drug addiction, um, you name it, transition, all that. Like it's just also just showing how much I've evolved and talking about, stuff that was going on during these photos and stuff like that. Towards the end, when I get to the part when I was engaged with my ex-fiance, you know, um, I am not trying to offend her or anything. It's just literally what happened between us. And yeah, if you do watch this video, which I hope you did not, good luck to you. Hope you're doing well. And this video isn't trying, I'm not making this a trigger. It's just literally part of my story, a major part of my story, and a turning point in my life. So that's why I had to mention that. And then to my ex-wife, I'm sorry I had to mention that one bad thing you did, but it's just part of my story, and it's probably already out there. So, but I don't mention any names and stuff like that. This really is just about my story, and yeah, I mentioned some of the people I'm with because that's also part of my story. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Watching my evolution, I put a bunch of embarrassing photos of myself in this, so it's very personal. But yeah, it's just showing what I've been through the past 10 years, and it's kind of amazing. I'm like a Pokemon, and you can really start to see, like, at this point, the drug addiction starting and all that. It really started before I transitioned. It started when I was 21, um, and then it really did get worse. Uh, Before I transitioned, it got pretty bad, and then after my relationship failing with my ex-wife, it got even worse. I think a lot of things contribute to it, like just me taking certain medications made me a little crazy. And also, I just had no emotional regulation skills. I had a lot of trauma I didn't face. And I just buried myself with using stuff. And yeah, I neglected my ex wife. I was terrible with her. I cheated on her and all that. So, yeah, I've come a long way with like character development and learning how to just exist without having to down a bunch of stuff and all that. So yeah, but story's pretty crazy. Like literally after I signed my divorce papers, I broke my spine, and then I fell in love with someone, and then just like how that all went down, it's pretty wild. It was just like a series of unfortunate curveballs that life threw me. So, but I think it's a major part of my story. It's what made me like who I am today. Um, the struggle isn't a bad thing. It's what shapes us. And the good times are just there to look forward to. Help us get through the tough times. And I've had a lot of tough times the past 2 years, but um, it's been worth it. And I am proud of myself. I haven't really gone crazy with using like I did after my divorce and stuff. Like ever since, I went to rehab at Mount Sinai last fall where I met my ex-fiance online. I learned a bunch of stuff, learned a bunch of stuff with PHP and a little in IOP, and I did leave and stuff for that relationship. And yeah, I went back to using because that collapsed. But I honestly, I counted in my head, I probably only used 20 to 30 times. And I only had to go through some withdrawals once. So I did pretty good because I'm looking at the past years of my life, I was using it every single day. If I wasn't using it, I was withdrawing. I was incredibly sick. I was just destroying myself and my body and all my relationships. And that's one thing. I destroyed a bunch of relationships with, using. It made me incredibly selfish and crazy and just mean. I did what they call psychological terrorism, something addicts do. I did to my ex-wife. Um, I did it to my family. I even did it to my ex-fiance after she cheated on me and she relapsed and really broke my heart. I did that There's a bunch of people. And then, yeah, I got in a relationship with my ex girlfriend after that. And she did that to me 1,000 times. And she would physically abuse me, hit me, and stuff like that. I never did that to any of my partners. And then, um, she just did some very messed up stuff to me, and it hurt me really bad. And also, she would hit people just for looking at me and scream at them for looking at me. You know, saying that they're trying to steal her. She would say man, even though I'm a trans woman, so yeah, she wasn't respectful on that. But I'm just glad to be through that. You know, I see some of the stuff happening to me in life. It's just karma, you know. I feel like it was well deserved. It changed me and made me a better person. But yeah, I never want to go back to that. So enjoy this light show. I hope y'all enjoyed my commentary. And the people that got this far and watched it, I really appreciate it.